Today is Thursday, and that means we're back in nutrition educator Lynn Matava's kitchen. Today she is showing us an easy breakfast or a snack that you can make and then take on the go. Check it out.
Let's talk about smoothies. Smoothies are great for a meal replacement. They're really great for a snack, and the ingredients and the flavor combinations are endless. When we choose healthy ingredients, smoothies can be a great way to increase our fruit and vegetable intake. They can be a wonderful way to add some fiber in, and they're also really great for people who tend to skip breakfast, and just a really wonderful way to help start the day for kids and adults alike with a nutritious breakfast. So I've got here one that I made already. This is one that we make in our house several times a week, and in this one we put in frozen blueberries, frozen cranberries. I usually start it with some sort of nut milk, and that could be anything from almond milk to hemp milk to sometimes I'll just throw chia seeds in water, but some sort of nut milk to give me a little bit of extra protein and fiber if I throw in the nuts and seeds, of course. And then I throw in the frozen blueberries and frozen cranberries. And then the greatest thing about using blueberries in a smoothie is that they're nice and dark and purple, and this smoothie has about this much spinach in it. So I was able to sneak 2 cups of spinach in there. It blends so beautifully that you don't even notice it's in there. Nobody would detect it if you didn't tell them, unless it turns it green. So again, the blueberries, the pigment, and that makes it really nice. So you can kind of sneak that in. And then, you could always throw in something like some whey protein powder if you wanted a little more protein in the morning. And I just use water in addition to the nut milk to kind of thin it out to the consistency I want. We might put some cinnamon or ginger in there, maybe some turmeric, and pretty much this is like just a great way to start the day and know that I'm getting several servings of fruits or vegetables, and my family is, before we even walk out the door. So very fun and interesting and just delicious way to start the day. But we're gonna make one this morning, and this one is it's called a PB&J Energy Smoothie, and it's one that's on the SnapEd website, our Eat Smart blog through the University of Maryland. And this one is just, it's fun. It's fun for kids. It's fun for people that like peanut butter and jelly. And you can find the full recipe on our site. I'm going to alter it a little and tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But basically, it calls for a couple cups of frozen strawberries or other, they're kind of frozen together, or other berries. And again, you could use frozen blueberries, you could use frozen cherries, whatever you have on hand. You could even mix in some other fruit like frozen mango. And then it's going to have a banana peeled and frozen, and you can see this one's nice and brown. It's got a little bit of extra flavor. That means it's going to be very, very sweet, and it's going to give a lot of natural sugar to this, so I don't have to add a lot of sweetener to it. And you could throw in a whole one. That's what I'm going to do this morning. And then great thing you can do with the frozen bananas, by the way, is just if you have extra bananas that are turning brown on the counter, peel them, lay them on a plate or a cookie sheet and freeze them and throw them in a bag, and then you always have some frozen bananas to throw into smoothies, and they're just a great way to sweeten it again. And then the other thing we're going to add into this, we're going to add about 3/4 of a cup of low-fat yogurt. If you've got unsweetened, that's great, and you can sweeten it separately if you need to. This one has just a little bit of sweetener in it, and it's a strawberry yogurt, because that's what I had on hand, and that's what you got to do sometimes. You use what you got. So, got that. And then we're going to throw in a little bit of liquid. The recipe calls for 1/2 cup of apple or orange juice. The reason I'm not using juice is because juice is just a lot of extra calories without any fiber, so it really increases the sugar. And if you think of it in terms of eating, say, an apple, you get the fiber from the apple, you get all the other vitamins and minerals, and it's going to actually fill you up. A cup of juice, or 1/2 cup of juice, is several apples where they've just squeezed basically, the sugar and flavor out, and it does have a little bit of pulp and things like that in it, but it really doesn't have all of the nutrition of whole fruit. So for me this morning, I'm just using a little bit of water, and I'm going to kind of add this as needed. So I might need to add a little more, and then again, we're just going to sweeten this slightly with about anywhere from a teaspoon to a tablespoon. This is a serving for 4 people with all these ingredients in it. And then I've got my peanut butter, and that's 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. And again, you could, at this point, if you wanted, you could add in something like protein powder, whey powder, something that's not flavored if you wanted to add just a little bit more boost of protein in the morning. You can see that blended together so easily and so nicely. Oh, water across my kitchen. So, blended together so easily and nicely. And I've just got my glass here. We'll pour it in. It's so pretty and so bright. And it really smells great. It smells like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich here. So there you have it. It's easy, it's delicious, and then again, it's just a really great way to start your day with some additional fruits and vegetables.